The confetti is barely settled. His supporters are still celebrating. But less than 3 weeks after he was re-elected, Barack Obama is already grappling with his first big crisis, the fiscal cliff. Americans are bracing for major tax increases and spending cuts on the 1st of January 2013. That is, unless President Obama reaches a deal with opposition Republicans on tax reform and reducing the U.S. deficit.
I think we're all aware that we have some urgent business to do.
With time running out, President Obama made it clear what his priorities are.
We should not hold the middle class hostage while we debate tax cuts for the wealthy. We should at least do what we agree on, and that's to keep middle class taxes low.
His message, loud and clear. 98% of Americans should not see a tax increase. But rich Americans ought to pay more. The Republicans are having none of it.
We want to work with you on solutions. We don't understand why raising tax rates is the solution if you want to see people get back to work. We understand that he won re-election, as did we, and want to go forward together in cooperation to solve the problems, not just posture.
So what is this so-called fiscal cliff, and how did we get here? Let's rewind to the presidency of George W. Bush. In 2001 and 2003, Congress passed a series of proposals by Bush lowering taxes for all Americans. The caveat, those cuts would expire in 2010.
House will be in order.
When that 2010 deadline approached, Republicans wanted to make those tax cuts permanent for every American.
Let people keep more of their own hard-earned dollars.
But Democrats pushed right back, saying rich Americans should go back to paying higher taxes. After some acrimonious negotiations, President Obama agreed with Republicans to extend all tax cuts until December 31st, 2012. Now, here's where it gets interesting. If the White House and congressional Republicans are unable to reach a deal, not only will higher taxes kick in, but the U.S. will also see $1 trillion over the next 10 years slashed from domestic and military programs. So why did both parties create such a fiscal and economic threat? Well, it was intentional. Republicans don't want military spending reduced, and the Democrats dislike cuts to social programs. So it was thought the self-imposed crisis would force both parties to negotiate a deal before the January 2013 deadline.